I told the homies that they're not allowed to say the F word anymore.
Rook just went, oh, stream's coming on?
It's business time.
I got the note on the old YouTubes.
I changed the notification so that people know, getting the word out. Coplay is now Nerd House. Or Nerd House was Coplay.
I also see you change the icon.
I changed everything except for the offline image.
My notification is us opening Blooming Waters.
What?
Like when you get the notification.
Oh, is that for YouTube? That's the YouTube notification.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hold on. That better not have applied the that thumbnail. It's gonna make me sad.
That's what it did.
Gonna make me sad. Hold on. Hold on. On the live. What? Okay.
What?
Oh. Change to. What? Can I not have one instead?
All right.
I can't just have a non. Oh my goodness. We're gonna go with this.
You got this, Pat.
It's just gonna be the channel banner.
Banner?
I barely know her.
There.
Who's ready to D&D?
I'm ready to D&D. Did I break YouTube? Did I break everything? Is everything ruined?
4 Seasons Orlando.
Looks okay.
I don't think so.
Huh? No, I'm not on YouTube.
There. I changed the.
There's a significant delay, but.
Oh yeah, YouTube just does that.
They're streaming for indecencies, all thanks to Janet Jackson. Thank you.
What?
What? Don't worry about it.
That's a great reference.
It's an old one at this point.
Yeah.
We were just children.
All right.
I didn't even get to see what happened.
Aw.
Would have changed your whole outlook on life. Maybe. Maybe not.
I think that was the first one I saw.
Everyone remembers their first.
Super Bowl, right?
It was a Super Bowl, yeah.
No. That was the first Super Bowl you saw, right?
Correct. And I've been watching them ever since.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yay, Lil, you got your GIF.
We're back.
Hey, how about that? It's a saying.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
SSB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, YouTube says you're live. There we go.
Oh yeah. Believe it.
Better believe.
And my computer says that I'm live too.
Confusa say roll for recap. Suckers.
They see me rolling.
Garrett got an 8. Mark
safe.
got a 15.
Good. He's not safe.
I'm very safe.
So safe. Safe as you.
See, in my other campaign, we roll for recap is the low roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like a punishment. But
yeah, but this is an opportunity.
Right. But if you do good for your punishment, then everybody gets an inspiration.
You're not supposed to use those there.
Rook, you've done such a good job. I hope that translates into success for you.
hope so too. We'll
You
find
got
out.
this, BB.
Welcome to
We
House
trust
of
you.
Dargons, episode 6.
Brought
We
to
have-
you by Dwight.
We have no title
Yeah.
until afterwards.
All right. So, last time on House of Dargons, the party returned to the mill, and I, Dwight, spotted a circle of rocks, seemingly pointing toward a tree that had a hole in it. Rather than investigate that, I decided it was best that we sort of bypass that and move along. After which we came across another noticeable tree that had a knot in its branches. It was all knotted up at the top, and we figured there was something in it, or maybe someone who needed rescuing. So we decided to do battle with this tree that turned out to be sentient, of course, because of course it did, because it's Dungeons and Dragons. And as we were attacking it, Rev used a spiritual axe, I believe, a spiritual weapon, to cut and dislodge this knot, at which point it fell to the ground. We were able to recover the contents. Unfortunately, the contents were no longer living, but there was a ring inside, as well as some treasure, some gold, which was recovered. After that point, I decided to cast a bonfire to burn down the tree, because I'm an elf naturalist who's also like a closet arsonist, I guess, is what I'm learning about my character as we go. We I decided to burn that guy down, which alerted actually the dragon that was nearby. So we heard that big roar. The dragon swooped down, and we of course had to escape. We took a long rest after that. After which point we made our way back to the windmill, found Adabra. Adabra gave us that shipment of potions that we were supposed to deliver, which we did deliver back into town. Pete headed to Barthen's and to talk to Elmar. I don't know if we've learned of all the details of that conversation just yet, but Pete has actually returned to the tavern after that point. Dwight and Bill Roshi had a rousing conversation about tip culture, and then the party went to the inn to take a long rest, and that's where we find ourselves now.
Very good. Very good. I think you did a great job. The one caveat I will add on that is that Pete did share that there was a quest that Barthen did make available if you guys want to take it, and that you guys would talk about it more in the morning. Other than that,
Right.
spot on, sir. I'll give you the D4. Enjoy your inspiration for the session.
Why, thank you.
I hope you get to use it, because if you don't, you lose it.
Hmm.
All
As
right,
I so generously found out in episode 2.
as you did
Yep,
find out.
I also forgot to use mine.
So
You just
you
got
are
to make a
now
silly pun. Sometimes it works.
Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. That's what happens sometimes. You guys find yourself on the next morning, rising from your respective beds. Pete, for you, that's just a hay pile, but
Yes.
thus
Comfy as
is
can
life.
be. You can't beat it.
Everyone else got a nice, comfortable bed at the Stonehill Inn. As you collect yourselves for the day, what are you looking to do to start?
I suppose we should find Pete, huh?
I believe we established that we were going to meet at the inn at what was it, like 8:30 in the morning, I think.
But most of us are in the inn, right?
Yeah, but we were going to meet down in the lobby.
Oh,
down
yeah,
in
yeah.
the tavern.
You know, have
area.
Perfect.
breakfast.
So yeah, have a little brekkie.
Yeah, get your waffles and your borderline fresh fruit and your
Yes,
bag milk.
So I'm gonna already have been awake. You know, it's hard to imagine, but Pete is an early riser. I've got chores to do if I want to sleep on Barthen's provisions hay bales like in the back of their house. So I'm an early riser. I already did my chores.
Oh no,
We lost Aaron.
Aaron is now the DM, or Pete is now the DM. I'm Rev.
Oh,
That was
buckle
close.
up. Oh.
Oh no, I had to holler down at my kids to shut up because I'm on the camera. Sorry. Sometimes you just gotta.
And you can't be filmed yelling or shouting.
You know,
Bad
sometimes you just gotta tell your kids to stop yelling at each other and calling each other names.
I mean, I'm still calling my brother names. Like
I digress, though.
I
Keep
start
going.
with Ben sometimes.
But yeah, I'm an early riser. I've got chores to do if I want to sleep on their hay bales. So I have already been up and around, already did my daily diligence at their place, fed the horses, and I'm up and around already at the tavern waiting for you guys.
You've already
I
got a
am,
cup of coffee
however,
in hand.
Yeah.
it's it's Irish coffee. It's got a
Well,
little
for
spike
sure, of
to it.
course, obviously.
I would
That goes with the
imagine Dwight is probably up and around early too, being an elf, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a farmer.
And a
Mhm.
farmer.
So you guys find yourself coming together as you, Bill, and Rev come down the stairs and find your other two companions not sitting together, but still downstairs together.
You would think with all of our adventures we would sit together.
Well, do we want to sit with Dwight or do we want to go sit with Pete?
I have more fun in the mornings. I've already got spiked coffee. Come on over.
I guess Pete would be the one that would notice that we're not sitting next to him, and Dwight may not care.
All right,
or
well, let's go
notice.
sit by Pete.
All right, you guys want any coffee? It's a little spicy this morning.
I'll take a
Okay
sip.
for now.
I'll have a sip of your coffee. Gotta get the engine going for the day.
Yeah, it's jet fuel for sure.
I heard that coffee stunts your growth.
Peter, how can you drink this early in the morning?
So you take the cup, you lift it, and you take a drink.
I understand, but
swallow.
what drives a man to drink such a spicy coffee this early in the day?
Heritage. You know?
Well, I guess I can't I can't argue if it runs in the bloodline.
Yeah, it runs all right. All right, what are we doing today, fellas?
Did we have any other quests that were posted on the job board that we wanted to check out?
I forget.
Got that one.
Pete did tell us about the job, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It I've got the one that we escort Harbin's brother. It pays up to 100 gold. We just escort him out to his cabin. It's about a few days worth of travel. You guys wanted to do that, or do you want to go to the board and try and find something that might be a little quicker?
I have
I
a
always regret saying this when I do, but that sounds fairly easy, and I think we should be able to accomplish it quickly.
See, my thought is similar, but I have a suspicion that, well, they've said for a long time that there's no free lunch, and this feels pretty easy for such a steep reward. Perhaps we're missing something.
Pete, you recall your conversation with Barthen last night. He mentioned that Harbin's brother runs a logging camp out along the Neverwinter River that's about 2 days worth of travel away, and that he avoids paying certain tolls and fees in Neverwinter by sourcing all provisions through town here, through Harbin specifically, and Harbin's connection with Barthen and his store. And so it's not necessarily said that this is compensatory funds and fees to keep this going, but certainly it pays well to keep consistent traffic and to avoid, you know, taxes and fees of dealing with the city directly.
Yeah, what he said. Um,
What who said, Peter? Perhaps you need to lay off of the coffee.
the head voice said. Do you guys want to go take a look at the board, or do you want to just go off and speak to like Harbin, see if this is something that's still up for grabs?
Well, I suppose it never hurts to look at a board, but an escort mission does seem like it might be a fairly easy way to make a couple bucks.
And again, Barthen is waiting for you to say whether or not you want to take the quest before he actually
Right.
posts it.
Right.
He was waiting as he offered it last night since you came in town right at the right time. He said it's yours if you want it before he posts it to the public. It would seem like it's a sought after job because of its ease.
I don't know why I don't have my notepad anymore, but I keep for some isn't Barthen his last name? What's his first name?
Yeah.
Elmar?
Yep.
Elmar, you're right. Sorry about that. I don't have my notepad anymore.
Yeah, his store is Barthen's Provision, but it's Elmar Barthen.
Okay. Sorry. I'm breaking the fourth wall there or whatever.
It's fine. You've played sports where they just call you by your last name and say get out there and do a good job, right? It's same. Yeah, it's all good.
All right. Well, if you guys want to go check the board, I'll go check with Elmar, see if it's a sure thing, and if it's still available. You guys want me to take it or keep looking?
It may.
There's three of you. You guys can do majority rules.
It may fund our future adventures.
I agree. Let's grab Dwight on the way out and see if he wants to join.
Yeah. Somebody go talk with him over there, and we can all go over there together if we're all in agreement then.
All right, deal.
Rev, I think that you may want to be the one to convince Dwight.
All right, I'll head over there. All right, I go to Dwight's table.
Okay.
Dwight, how long you been up?
Oh, I would say a few hours, slightly before the first crow of the rooster. I couldn't really sleep well last night. I barely got 2 hours of my usual 4. Just been thinking about my beet farm and wondering if it's been raised by the dragon at this point.
Do dragons eat beets?
Unclear. I haven't known them to eat beets, but I haven't known them not to eat beets either. It's inconclusive.
You're just worried that that's going to come down and be destructive for no reason.
Yes, very much so. After what happened in the forest, most absolutely.
It's a valid concern. Have you had your farm destroyed by a dragon before?
No, and I am over 200 years old, but I can't take anything for granted anymore these days.
All right, well, maybe we don't need to worry about that so much if it's never happened. Although things are a little different nowadays, aren't they?
That's for sure.
Well, we were just talking to Pete, and it sounds like we have an opportunity to escort a caravan across over to the Neverwinter region, and it should pay pretty well for how easy of a job it is. Wondering if you wanted to tag along.
Wondrous. I'd be happy to assist.
Very good. I think we're getting ready now, so if you're ready, we'll head over there.
Dwight, as you would well know, your farm does lie squarely in the Neverwinter Wood. So, for context for you.
All right.
So where you guys are exiting the inn, and where are you going specifically?
We are heading towards the job posting board, and
nope. I thought we were all going to go to Barthen's Provisions because we're all in agreement. We're just going to take that one, right?
Yes.
All right.
Although you did say you were going to go there by yourself.
Yeah.
I assumed you were going to do some sneaky rogue nonsense
No,
on your way.
Nah, we're all good.
I'm okay with sneaky rogue nonsense, but just
clear. Don't worry, I'll get to that.
You got to do it in character.
As you guys walk up the road, you can see outside of Barthen's provisions, and Pete, you actually recognize a little bit more than the others. You do see a wagon out front being loaded with about 4 large wooden crates. It takes 2 grown men to move them. So 4 large crates are loaded into a wagon pulled by a singular ox. Pete, you know this ox. He shares like a kind of backyard with you.
We're bunkmates.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know the ox to name the ox's name to be Vincent. It's your good old buddy Vinny. So you see him already hooked up for the day. You see Barthen reviewing the contents that have already been loaded at this point. As you guys approach, he does not seem to notice you from behind.
Are we? Can I roll to see if I can like just jump up on the ox? If it'll just let me just jump up on it if we're that close.
Sure. Go ahead and
Are we
make
that good?
go ahead and make a animal handling check.
Oh, +0. Vinny doesn't like me.
Depends on the day.
Oh,
Tell a story, dice.
Yeah, love that.
Uh oh.
Now, Vinny is usually a very docile creature, and I don't know what you did when you came home and were sleeping last night, but that poor cow has a grudge against you right this moment. You approach calmly, as you know you need to. It's not that you haven't spent time on a farm, but you go to jump up on Vinny, and he just kind of like does like a little like shoulder shrug and jaunt out of the way, catches your feet, and you end up tumbling to the ground. You'll take only a point of bludgeoning damage as you catch yourself awkwardly on the ground. Um, oopsie doopsie.
yeah.
Elmar
Pete.
kind of notices this happens, and he goes, "Ah, nah, Pete, what the hell are you doing, boy? It's too early for that. Vinny does not like to be climbed on, and you know that."
Yeah. Just testing her out, seeing how today's gonna go.
Well, you might want to go back to bed then and try again some other day if that's how your day's gonna go. But I take it since you're here, you're looking to take me up on my offer from last night.
Yeah. I think we're gonna. I think the guys and I the guys and I are gonna take you up on that.
All right, love to hear it. Well, here's what I'll let you do. You don't need to go with me. I'll take care of the paperwork for you. It's the least I can do.
Good. I can't read too well. You know that.
He hands you a scroll. He says, "Take this with you, and you'll need to get this signed by his brother when you get to the logging village. That's proof of completion. What I'll do is I'll go over to Harbin and I'll tell him that your group is taking on this quest. Did you guys have a party name?"
No, not really. By the way, I take the scroll and I just like while I'm talking with Elmar, I'm just gonna hand it to Rev because I know I'll lose it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna hand it to Rev.
What did you guys just sign individual names on the last postings?
We did.
Last time, yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna say, "All right, I'll just make it out to Pete's party."
We go naming out to Papa Pete's. That's my favorite tavern back in the old.
You guys
zoo,
think about what you want to be called eventually. It don't matter, but I'll tell Harbin that you guys are handling it.
Since
Shout
this is
out
this,
Papa Pete's.
It's one of my favorite taverns in the good old zoo.
Man, Papa Pete's canonically existing in Neverwinter. It's in the poverty district.
The lore.
The
Fluoro
lore.
So- anyway, so he goes on to say, I'll leave it to you. You can leave right from here. You guys got kind of options. How familiar are y'all? And he looks at the group. How familiar are y'all with Neverwinter Wood?
Barry.
The woods around
Very.
here? Very?
I'm
Okay,
more
so
of
you
a
don't
city
need,
dweller myself.
you don't, y'all don't need no, directions or anything.
Oh no. We could.
If
we
you
could see.
head straight west from here, um, uh, Dwight, Rev, please make wisdom checks for me.
I would love to make a wisdom check for you, sir. I got a 12.
I got a 9.
You did an
Which is-
animal handling check, though?
What?
Same thing.
I mean,
Tomato,
it takes a wise
tomato.
person to handle animals.
Yeah, tomato,
I don't know
tomato.
why I clicked that one.
It's not even alphabetically even close to the other
No,
one.
it's not. I saw the wisdom modifier, and I think subconsciously I just clicked, oh, wisdom.
Yeah. So Dwight, you don't necessarily recall. I mean, you go to and from your camp. You know, your farm is almost straight west from or east. Sorry, that would be north from where the town is. And I'll pop up. I can pop up a map. Let me do that just for context here. So again, you see where Fandolin is. You know, your town. Dwight, specifically your farm is almost straight north. It's like that first hex in if I could, can I ping? I can ping. How do I ping again?
It's the one that's like second
Ping.
to the bottom.
Ping. Your place is right there in that hex square. You don't really go much further north than that. So you're right on the cusp of the Neverwinter Wood, so you certainly do know the area. You've gone maybe a handful of hexes with regards to this map north, and you know the areas around just because of your general collections and adventuring, but you don't know too far. Rev, however, you are very familiar based on your background with this wood and your upbringing. You know a lot of this wood. This wood has been your clan's grounds for a while. You ventured past the high road, certainly, but your clan would have operated out of this wood specifically. And the pieces kind of come together about a large logging camp up the Neverwinter River on the other side of the forest. And so for you do have a sense as you think about this that there is a pretty large camp that you guys never really bothered with because it was fairly well protected in this region. Wait for the ping. There you go.
I see the ping.
Of the river, and it's you can presume that that's possibly where we're talking about here, just outside of Neverwinter, upstream of that main river going into town. So you do recall that much from your knowledge of the wood. Cutting back to the conversation, he says, so if y'all just head straight north, through the wood, you can certainly get there well enough. If you want to take a detour, you can always stay at the Falcon Lodge. If you do, though, I'd recommend you take him a gift. He particularly loves some nice wine, but that's a little bit more out of the way, so it's up to you. You can go a little further, have a little bit nicer lodging, but you will probably have to pay for that yourself. It's not covered under the quest. But if you're good roughing it, you could cut right through the wood and make a direct line. So it's up to you guys on how you want to get there. But if you're ready to go, I'm ready to let you go. And Pete, please take care of Vinny. I expect my cow back.
Yeah, I can't afford if he doesn't. So, yeah. Well, he's a good boy. Pat.
If we're going to be registered as Pete's party,
What was that, Bill?
Oh, I was going to say if we're registered as Peter's party, then the liability of the oxen lands on him. The
All
and
right.
with
Not
that
to
being
worry,
said,
Pete. I'm sure Dwight will take care of that ox.
Yeah.
He has to make sure all the
Yes.
animals are safe.
the cow will
I am
be
well versed in animal
fine.
handling.
That's all right. Vinny here and I are good roommates anyway, so it'll be all right.
All right.
Roommates.
You guys ready to head out of town? Is there anything you were looking to get beforehand?
I'm gonna grab
Um,
my beet cart from
Yes.
the
Yes.
hall.
I will assume you grabbed that as you were heading out.
Yes.
So you were pulling your beat wagon.
in town, isn't there like a smith, a blacksmith?
Oops, I put the wrong map up. I
Nice,
apologize.
yeah.
Oopsie.
S. It's the S.
No.
What's
There.
the Lion Shield Coster? Isn't that like
Yes,
like
correct.
a smiths and
That
stuff like that?
yes, correct. That is correct.
Question: if I took my sword there, would he be able to sharpen it and give me 1 extra point of damage?
It might take more than it might take some time and some money to do so, but yeah, you probably could pay him to do so.
We don't have the time. We'll be all right. I think I'm good then. I'll do that
You'll
later.
never know what you'll find on the road.
Yeah, exactly. I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
Is the rest of the group ready to take off?
I am prepared.
Tally ho!
Who's driving the wagon?
Um,
I will. I like Vinny.
I imagine Pete probably is familiar with Vinny.
That makes the most sense.
Contrary
doesn't
to
it?
popular belief.
That makes the most sense, doesn't it? Let me
Is
flash
my
up
beet
the.
wagon attached to the back?
It is not currently attached to the back. You could try. Would you like to try?
I would like to try.
Do you have any carpeting tools? Do you have rope? What do you have available to do so?
I'm
Do you have
almost positive I
nails?
have rope. Let me check. I do
You
have. I
and
have
your rope.
carpenter's tools.
Oh, name one thing
And
you're gonna need a rope for.
rope adventuring gear. Yep.
You and
Okay.
your rope.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
That wasn't very smart.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check for me as well.
I think these dice are just out
Okay.
of 10.
Okay. All right. All right. And give me, explain to me how you're fastening this thing to the wagon.
Well, I'm sort of taking the rope and threading it several times across, as you could say, like the backmost board of the wagon. I'm hitching my wagon to it with a very inelegant sort of knot, tangling it up quite a bit, and then I tighten it, and then I nod once and I say, "That's not going anywhere." Because
Did
this
you
is what I've
pat it?
observed other people doing. Yes, I pat it
smack it a
twice.
couple of times? Yep.
Yes.
You're of course referring to the Albright knot, right, Rook?
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. A very secure.
Yeah, obviously the only one you would choose, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
So
It's just a random knot
yeah,
name that I
you
looked
go
up.
you go ahead and you tie it up.
Big knot.
You kind of find a way to hitch this thing onto the back. It's taut enough. You kind of have like the where you would pull, and you have like a bar where you would like stand on and pull this wagon by yourself. So you've tied that to very securely to the kind of core axle and wheel area. It's slightly underneath the lip of the wagon because there's not really anything on the back of the wagon to tie to directly, but you do kind of tie it real tight. You throw it around a couple times. Make a strength check for me to see how tight that is.
Hey, do I realize he's doing this, by the way?
He's not hiding it.
Do I question it at all?
You
Or do I
can.
just go, Vinny will be off. Vinny will be fine.
Go ahead and make a. Do you want to know if you would know to question this, or are you just gonna let it go?
Yeah, like, would I question this? or would I just be like, he's
Make an animal handling check as well for me.
Peter,
Uh,
you're
thanks-
pretty
thanks,
easygoing,
Dwight.
aren't you?
Thanks, Dwight. I have all the information I need. You do in fact tie it. See if it holds.
Would I know if Vinny is able to handle this?
Oh boy.
Is my question.
Yes. Yeah, he should be able to.
Okay.
It's not like it's a heavy wagon. One scrawny looking elf was pulling it.
Okay.
So
I
it's
didn't
not going
want
to add on more
Vinny
than
to be like being drugged down a
this
hill.
is a work. This is a work cattle. He is used to pulling a load, and this is not going to add to that effort.
Heard. I just want to make sure that you're not going to throw us into a slightly up incline hill and have Vinny be just dragged back down the hill.
You're quite all right. You're quite all right. Okay, we will take off. Travel to the camp. Camp takes about 50 miles straight through to get there, and normal travel pace with characters on a cart like this is going to be about 24 miles a day. And so we're going to be at least taking one stop, possibly more, depending on the route you go. And so we're going to roll just a couple of, in Pete, you'll be in charge of managing the wagon to determine how well you do. And so to start, I need you to roll a d20.
Uh-oh.
Promoted to wagon manager.
Let's go. I know wagons so well.
Perfect, thank you.
I know my wagons. All right. And that thing that you've got behind you, that's a wagon.
Very good. Okay. As you go to take out out the front gate, you kind of whip the reins. Vinny starts pulling with a jerk. Dwight, immediately your rope comes undone, falls on the ground, and you lose about 20 beats on the ground.
Oh no.
Pete, do you stop and wait?
Yes, I do. I do, because in my head, if we have to have this little elf pulling that wagon, it's gonna slow the whole trip up. Vinny can do this in no time. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna stop and wait.
Okay. I will say that you learned your lesson on attempting this. And if you want to help Pete, because you've hitched wagons and you know how this works before.
I'm gonna
with enough time, you guys lose a few hours, but you do find a way to secure this together in a way that will hold. How and what kind of extreme situations will it be able to hold? We'll see. Hopefully you don't run into any. But you do lose 2 hours worth on your start time, so it's going to push you back even more into your journey.
My knot's gonna oddly represent a noose, by the way, so it's gonna be like really confusing.
But it might be worth it because now you don't have to
helpful.
travel walk pace; you can travel at oxen pace, so might be value add. All right, with your 18, time passed, so you'll be good. That's a 14.
Yeah,
Hey.
we win.
You are moving along. And your day is going smoothly. After a couple of hours of travel, you make it to the crossroad. As you're traveling, you do see the spot where 3 of you came into town, were attacked by goblins and dragons. And as you approach that area, that same crossroad T on the Tribor Trail, you kind of glance up in the sky looking to see if there's any sign of the dragon. And right now, there isn't. And let's hope it stays that way. You know, Dwight, specifically, that to enter the Neverwood Forest, you do need to head east, down the trail, the Tribord Trail a bit. Rev, you would know that as well. The question for the party is, are you, and this would be something to discuss, do you plan on taking the path straight through the forest, or are you going to go up towards the Falcon Lodge? was mentioned to you.
I am going to recommend the path towards the lodge because I don't know if we go straight through the forest if we're going to be able to with all these wagons. Is there a path
I
through the
recommend.
forest, Aaron? Or is it like
Dwight
we're just
Dwight would be
going?
able to tell you that he's taken his wagon through the woods.
Okay, yes. Dwight,
There,
are we able to take all these wagons all the way through the forest like we need to, or do
Most
we run the
assuredly.
risk?
Most assuredly. And if we stop at my farm, I can pick up some of my homemade beet wine to
Yeah, I
give
like
to
that
our
idea.
benefactor.
I'm on board with that.
That was good
Very well.
salesmanship there, Dwight. I appreciate that.
What can I say? It comes naturally to me.
okay, Pete, I need you to make and you'll get advantage because if Dwight is helping you guide his way to his lodging,
Mhm.
I need you to roll survival checks to see how well you can get there, and you have advantage on this.
Nice.
Nice, very good.
Yeah.
Do I even? Oh yeah.
Does a 19 hit?
It hits.
Do I roll again or do I just
Nope.
call it a day? Can I save
Okay.
Roll
this?
it again. You could get a 20, and we
All
can
right,
like
all right.
go super fast.
I did not, but those are two really good rolls. I'll take them.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. This is you're making excellent time, Dwight. You're very keen on this route. You've done this so many times over your career. Pete starts to go one way. You're like, no, hold on. We need to go up a little bit more, and then we'll cut in, and then we'll head that way. Or you're helping navigate. Pete, you're doing an excellent job with managing Vinny, and he's like, he's going along with it. He's doing all right. You travel for about 5 hours, and you reach the edge of the forest. Go ahead and make another survival check for me. With advantage, of course.
Okay, thank God. On God, that was a 20. That dice lied. That is sitting on a 20.
Well, I don't think
Nice
it
try.
is.
That dice is such a liar.
I think there's advantage.
Well, good thing you have advantage, right?
Science is a liar sometimes.
Science is a liar.
Whew, you're pushing it close, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It starts to get a lot darker, especially since you had that 2-hour delay at the beginning. And we know how it goes with darkness in the woods, but thankfully, Dwight knows this area of the wood very well. It is now later in the day. You've taken a good 7 hours since you woke up. Pete, you've been up for much longer than that, doing some chores before you left. You're running close on about 7, 8, 9 hours for you, Pete. About 7 for everyone else. Sun is very much past the peak, and it's starting to approach getting towards dusk. With not as precise navigation through these woods, you're still able to make decent enough time, and you only spend a couple hours continuing to navigate. As you guys are going, what's your passive perception, Dwight, since you're kind of on the front of this wagon with Pete? And Pete, what's your passive perception?
14.
Okay.
Mine is 15.
Okay. So Dwight, you definitely see this. Ahead of you, crossing the road, and you see it kind of, you see some rustling up ahead. You're about 30 yards in front of you. You see some rustling in a bush. Do you want to say anything?
Alert. I detect something up ahead and I suggest that we be wary of it. There's something happening in the bush over there.
I slow Vinny down to a halt.
Okay. As you guys come to a stop, Vinny goes, and you see out of the brush a singular black cat walks across the street. And I wouldn't say street; it's more like a kind of a 2-track trail. There, you know this well.
Isn't
It's
that
one of those happen to be formed cut-ins.
isn't that bad luck?
I think that that's not a very good omen. I don't know
Uh,
where I've heard that before, though.
False.
Are there
There's no such
witches?
thing as luck.
Are there witches in this world?
Are you asking me?
There are magic casters.
Oh, for sure,
There's witches?
100%.
Witch! I'm just gonna start screaming witch at it.
Would I be able to detect if it was anything magical, or can I check for that? I'm not sure if I
Ooh.
Um,
would be able to tell.
Hit it with a bonfire. It could be a witch.
you don't have detect magic as a spell, do you?
I don't think so. Let me check.
Otherwise, you can make an Arcana check, and I can tell you what you know.
Okay, I'll make an Arcana check. Yeah, I don't have that.
Burn it.
You would know, certainly there are witches. Your colleague yelling witch is probably not accurate. There is certainly polymorph spells and things out there which could cause a person, humanoid, to resemble the shape of a beast. In fact, you yourself can do such skills, a few times a day, actually. While you've never turned into what seems like a house cat, you certainly, it's possible. It is peculiar to see a house cat out this far in the woods. And superstitiously, you do know that it is commonly referred to as a bad luck charm. You don't know of anything necessarily magical about this instance. You check the woods surrounding you. You don't necessarily see anything is off with the wood. But the cat did disappear back into the wood on the other side.
Why, do you think we're alright to go?
Thinking about this logically, if it had any business with us, I think it already would have approached us if this were anything other than an ordinary cat. It appears that we're fine. I recommend that we just proceed on our way.
Alright, you go first, because I don't want Vinny to be out in front.
Oh, fine. I'll show you that there's no need to be superstitious here.
Not even
Alright,
a little
I'm not
stitious.
superstitious, but I am a little stitious, alright?
All right, so you're just going to walk forward past where the cat had crossed about 30 yards up.
I'm just gonna follow 5-10 feet behind him.
Rev Bill, is there anything that you're going to comment on as this has transpired?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I'm
Watch it happen.
So Dwight, if as you cross that line that the cat has made, nothing happens.
Yet.
My ears twitch a little bit imperceptibly as I was secretly worried that something was going to happen. But then I gather myself and I turn back to the group. See? What did I tell you? Can I get back in the wagon now?
As a tree comes out of nowhere.
and he suddenly combusts.
And it's a goblin with a steel chair.
It's a goblin with a steel chair. do. Anyway. Okay. You guys continue on your way for another couple hours. It is now dusk in the woods, which is not really a great time to be in the woods, but this is a well enough explored area, common hunting grounds for Phandalin. Again, not particularly greatly traveled, but well enough traveled, right? There's not a road like the Triboard Trail, but there is a path, right? So it's well enough traveled for that kind of clearage of a wagon, which Dwight alluded to as you guys discussed in town. After a couple more hours after entering the wood, Dwight, you come across a scene that is all too familiar. A dedicated clearing of about 50 yards across, where in the center there is a single story wooden shack with green mossy roof and a singular chimney, surrounded by a 6-foot fence that is haphazardly maintained. You see a ancient looking farm that has certainly been passed down in the generations. There is a shack that's off to the side that you would have noticed the barrels kind of piled up next to the shack. And there it is, the homestead. Welcome home.
I'm gonna turn to Rev and go, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense.
Everyone, as you enter in the farm space, you will see about 5 different plots of about 20 by 20 of just beets kind of growing, just plants, and you assume it's all part of his beet plantation. He's got a small little operation. You don't see any animals, you don't see anything, you only see the same kind of plants being grown around here. It really kind of starts to check out a bit more.
Yeah, no, you don't even have soybeans or anything. Like you gotta rotate the crops to make sure the soil doesn't get get chewed up.
Dwight, aren't
We're
you
doing this
aware
for
of
the
crop
centuries. I
rotation?
think I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, who am I.
So this is your beet farm, huh, Dwight?
Yes, home sweet home, as they say.
It's really nice, man. I respect it. Is there happen to be anywhere for the rest of us to crash here, or
In fact, there is one guest room in the farmhouse. You're welcome to decide amongst yourselves. For the rest of you, you're welcome to set up a tent in the yard. I'd be happy to host you within the grounds of my fence.
Um, where can Vinny go? You got any hay, or should we use some from back here?
I don't have any hay as I don't raise animals, but he's welcome to graze as he pleases.
Um, so you were provided provisions for Vinny in the matter of grains for the trip.
Ah,
So it is rationed out for the trip there and back.
Okay. I'm gonna go park Vinny over by that shed a little bit and get him situated.
As you pull the wagon around, Dwight, are you looking to untie your? Are you going to manage your beat wagon now? We're going to do that later.
I'll untie it now and just get it set up
Okay.
in its usual spot.
Um, so as you guys head over to kind of shedish area, and it's not shed sounds too small. It's not a full blown barn, but it's about a
Just got a
10 by
little.
it's about like a 10-foot by 12-foot uh, you know, shack, and then it's got about a 12-foot ceiling on the inside, easy enough to store things. There's not a lot of ground space in there to store the animals, so you will need to post it up on the
Yeah,
outside.
it's gonna be
But there's
outside.
plenty of room to post Vinny up.
Mhm.
You will notice, Pete, specifically, you would have noticed several barrels that look like they're a winery of sorts.
Hmm.
And obviously, Dwight has a bunch of beet moonshine. So
Amen. Amen. So yeah, I'm gonna tie Vinny up. I'm gonna get him some grain kind of I'm gonna find an empty bucket from that in that shack barn thing. Find an empty bucket, get his grain set up. I'm gonna kind of like take care of Vinny real quick. I'm also gonna try and make myself like a little makeshift bed out here. Yeah, in that barn type thing.
sure, yeah, and it's fairly easy to do. There's general compost around that would be used since there
Nice. I'm
is
gonna
no
I'm gonna
livestock.
sleep on shit.
Dwight,
Amazing.
Dwight basically has a compost pile from foliage around the forest and his clippings from the beets. You could skim the top with relatively healthy vegetation without it being too gross, but you have to stomp a bit to get to the good stuff.
I'm just gonna find some good old stuff and
Yeah,
make a
you can
bed out there.
find something next to Vinny.
Yeah. Not
Easy
too
enough.
close. Vinny's still kind of mad at me.
Yeah, you don't want to get trampled on in your sleep.
Vinny
That'd
just
be
lays on me.
tragic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet he'll
So,
keep you warm.
Dwight, I appreciate you letting me use the guest room in there. Bill, where are you gonna sleep?
Well, I
Also, you've
guess
decided. Excellent. I hope you enjoy it.
I can make camp. Dwight, is there no other room for a bedroll indoors?
There is the main bedroom. That one's mine.
That's not what I was
As you
asking,
guys are
son.
talking outside, you see the front door open and out walks a ganglier version of Dwight that looks very similar to an untrained eye. You'd almost say they're brothers, but out walks an individual wearing a shady brown overall with one strap kind of torn and hanging partially, with a straw hat that has a hole on one side, still has the pointy ears and the same complexion. He says, "Well, hey there, cousin. Welcome home."
please,
Mose, it's
please
good to
tell.
see you.
Yeah, I
And I
knew it
reach
was
out
gonna
for
be
a
Mose.
polite handshake with Mose.
Yeah, he grabs you by the forearm. He says, "Wow, you took a lot longer in the town than you normally do.
Oh, it's a long story.
Wow, I can't wait to hear all about it over some beet dinner. Now, who are these folk?"
Oh, these happen to be the kind explorers I helped to save at several occasions throughout our journeys.
All right, all right, all right. I assume we're taking care of them for the night.
Yes, I believe this is Rev. He is staying in the guest room, and
He's
the older-looking gentleman is Bill, and then this is Pickled Pete. We call him Pete.
How about it? How about we have a good old party tonight? I'll get the meats cooking.
You guys have meats out here? I thought all you ate was beet.
We got the meats and we got the beets, brother.
What else is
Anyway.
there that you would need?
Mo just kind of runs off inside, kind of in a jolly jant, to start prepping some content for you guys.
That's great. Dwight, is it just you and your cousin live here?
Just the two of us.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You guys don't
Dwight
have,
says, "I think so."
You guys don't have any other family around?
Oh, we did have some other relatives, but they passed on a few centuries ago, so it's just been the two of us for the last about 150 years.
How long do elves live for?
At least over 200 years.
It's
Some of us
incredible.
can live even longer.
Wow.
I don't want to live that long.
You don't
I
have to worry
wouldn't be
about it.
too worried about it, Pete. I don't think you have to worry about it.
We know you don't want to live that long.
What
I was
did
trying to think if Dwight would be witty enough to join her with that.
did Dwight's cousin say what his name was?
Mose.
Mo.
Mose.
No, you don't know what his
Yeah.
name is.
And I didn't introduce him either.
Nope.
But his name is Mose.
His name is Mo Shrewd.
Mo Shrewd.
Not that you know that. Again,
Some might call it
characters do
Shrewder.
no, it's just more Mo Shrewd.
Yeah, like Shrewder.
Not even the most, just Mo.
Mo shrewd, mo problems.
That's right.
Amen.
99 problems, but a shrewd ain't one.
Bill, you figure out where you're sleeping?
Well, no. Dwight didn't exactly answer my question.
There's more space out in this like barn shack thing. You can
Is there no
Probably.
living space? A couch? somewhere to unroll my bedroll on the floor?
Dwight,
I'd be
you
a
have
little
suppose
worried
you have
that
you could probably move the coffee table and kind of fit some space on the living room.
I don't know. I don't know, Bill. I'd be a little worried that his cousin over there is going to take your kidney in the middle of the night.
I'm sure that he's going to fall asleep much sooner than any of us.
I wave a reassuring hand to Pete and I say, "No, no, Pete, don't worry. We taught him not to do that anymore. That was settled over 100 years ago."
Dwight, what is
Last time you
this?
had visitors, though.
What is this
I
person's
had to think
name?
about that.
Yeah, what is his name?
Who is
Oh,
this?
my cousin. His name is Mose Shrewd. He sometimes goes by Mo for short.
You can tell that you guys are related by the way you talk and present yourself and look. But specifically your personalities.
Yes,
Indistinguishable.
we get that all the time. It's true.
Perhaps you said he's your cousin.
Yes.
Perhaps he will have recommendations for sleeping arrangements. And Bill will
Perhaps.
approach Mo.
Mo is inside, so he went back inside to start prepping food.
I thought that we were in. I thought at this point we were indoors. We were not.
Oh, were you going indoors? That was not clear.
I'm still
Let's go
taking care of
indoors. It'll
Vinny.
be fun. Let's leave
Yeah,
Pete
so-
outside.
All right, so you guys leave Pete alone with the
Yep.
Vinny and the wine barrels. The three of you go back inside. Dwight, you show Rev to the guest room you have. It's a very simple one room, very tight, very tight. You see another room there that Dwight indicates is his. You see one that you assume is Mo's, and there is a latrine room in the building that's kind of been tacked onto the back of it. As you walk in, there's a small kitchenette with a stone hearth that can be used to cook certain things like stews, meats over kind of an open flame stovetop. And then there is a rough seating area that only has 2 chairs. And they kind of facing, they're both on the same side of the wall, facing not a whole lot. You kind of get the sense, Rev and Bill, that if they were to sit in here and relax, they both stare at blank walls and don't have a whole lot of conversation. But that does kind of check out. Bill, you would have noticed walking in that you could probably move some stuff and like kind of make a little bit of a mess and find a place to put a bedroll in here. It is really cramped. It's not the biggest house.
For the sake of shelter and the fact that I am a retired celebrity, I will be comfortable tonight, damn it.
Celebrity.
We'll call that some internal monologue.
Yeah.
That's
As you come in, you see Mo cutting up some beets, putting it into a pot with some dried meats going in shortly after. Some different herbs and things from the garden as well. Says, hope y'all all right. Or sorry. Hope y'all all right with some meat and beet stew. Oh, it's the best meal I can make. I want to make sure we got the finest for Dwight's friends.
Oh, we appreciate that,
Excellent.
Mo.
Mo is
You
a
won't be
whole vibe that
disappointed.
I have to get into before I speak.
Yeah,
so.
you got to get into the headspace for this episode, didn't you? You had to like look in the mirror for a minute.
I am a hick. I'm a hick.
It's all.
Well, hey there.
It's all in that.
Banjo's playing in the background. Ba-da-ding, ding, 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 ding. Anyway,
So, Mo, tell me, is Dwight
Motel.
as much fun company to cohabitate with as he is to adventure with?
oh boy, howdy, you sure know it, man. My cousin Dwight, he knows all the good stories.
Stories. Dwight, how come you never told us no stories?
Well, you never asked.
I don't think that Dwight is one that really will open up about his personal affairs unless we directly inquire.
Well, let's go ahead and directly acquire.
All right, all right. I was going to save this story for dinner, but I'll regale you with this tale now, since you've asked. One time, I was adventuring in the woods, these very woods here, and I met a gnome.
A gnome?
I was expecting applause. That was a pretty unusual story. That's the end of it.
Did you speak to the gnome?
What's that?
Did you speak to the gnome?
Oh yes, I'm quite fluent in gnomish.
Why?
Hey, you're what?
Hold on.
Hold on.
I just come walking in the door. Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Dwight,
What?
you mean to tell me that Peter didn't actually need to get shot all those times?
Hold
Well,
on a
I'm gonna
second.
break the fourth wall here and double check my character notes. I'm pretty sure.
Do I just
I'll
drop
tell you what, I'll tell you,
bombshells?
Bill, I don't know that speaking gnomish would have saved Pete from getting shot all those times.
He
No,
could
you
have
know
vouched for Peter
Dwarvish.
for his
Dwarvish.
dialect.
Dwarvish.
He speaks Dwarvish.
Hold on a second.
Did I say gnome? I meant I knew dwarvish. I can see why you'd be confused. I sometimes I get those mixed up.
Oh,
Yeah, they're all
Dwight,
little-
I speak Dwarvish. Why do you speak that language?
Oh well, I had heard talk of some dwarves living in these woods, so I naturally I wanted to learn their language. And
So did
hence
you-
the story.
Did you meet a gnome or a dwarf?
I did meet a dwarf. I misspoke. I apologize. It's you get to be over 200 years old, and sometimes you mix up the names of certain species,
Can I
races.
be inside by now, by the way?
Yeah, if you want to come in, that's fine.
Yeah, so I want to be in when he says that about gnomes and dwarfs. And I want to comment on how kind of racist that is. That you can't tell the difference between the little people. I I just want to say I've known a couple of little people, and they get kind of upset when you can't tell them apart from one or the other.
When
so-
you mix and match dwarf and gnome.
Yeah, people don't really like that when you call them by the wrong little adjective or noun, verb, whatever it is. I don't know. When you call them by the wrong thing, little
That's
people tend to get a
understandable,
little
Pete.
angry.
I come from a different time, over 200 years ago, where it was a little more acceptable to. Call them
It'd be like me calling you of elfish descent a fairy, right? You'd kind of be like close. But
Or
not
a
quite.
long-eared human.
Yeah,
Well,
it's just
I
it's just something
failed
that
to
you
see the
kind of.
comparison there. We're very different.
Very
sure.
different.
For sure.
Um,
Just to let you know, it's a good thing you didn't call those gnomes dwarves when we were down there. They probably would have hit you.
They probably would have shot you too, Dwight.
Yeah.
And Pete speaks their language.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing I speak dwarvish and not gnomish. Then that could have been a disaster.
by this point, you guys smell just a delightful aroma coming from the kitchen space behind you where Moses. He's got a full pot cooking. He's got some what look like biscuit bites or some bread kind of proofing and cooking over the stovetop as well. It is starting to smell really pleasant in there. They also have the fireplace going as it's getting darker and a little chillier, and so the fireplace is filling the hearth with warmth and the smell of food. And at that point, Mose, well, right now it's time to eat. I hope y'all are hungry. And he pulls out some bowls and a ladle. He starts serving up some dishes, handing them out. And you guys definitely don't have enough seating, so
I don't mind standing and eating.
I don't mind either.
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit like on a like a end table kind of deal. Like it's not meant to be. It's a small little
Sure.
table thing.
Yeah, there's like a little island for so they have a little island where he was prepping some food, but then there's certainly a table over by the chairs, next to the fireplace that you can just sit on top of the table.
Yeah, kind of like just lean against. Not stand,
Yeah.
but lean against.
Yep. Yep.
I've got that eat and lean, like just leaning against the
got
wall.
that posted
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
will
It's
absentmindedly sit in a chair and
you will
not
sit in
offer
your chair. Yep, you will sit in
Yes.
your chair. Absolutely. And Mose will grab a plate for himself and sit in his chair as well.
How
And
often-
it's a delightful meal. Honestly, Dwight, it feels like home. This is some warmth in your stomach that you have genuinely been missing. Genuinely been missing. And it again reaffirms a lot of your beliefs that it is worth everything to protect this place because you don't get meals like this in the city. And for everyone else, it's good stew.
how often do you guys have this beaten meat stew? I'm gonna lean over to Bill and be like, bet you they eat this like every night. Like I don't know if they have anything other than
I
they
have
say
a-
it was special for us, but I think that's just what they eat.
I feel like this might be what they eat exclusively for the last century.
Yeah, I don't think they eat anything else.
I think nutritionally, I think it's pretty balanced.
I don't. There's a lot of stuff missing from this.
Like what?
Anything green. It's just red stew with chunks of beef in it.
If you'd like, I can get you a portion of beet greens. To
Yeah, can I get the recipe?
Oh, well, that's a family recipe that's been passed down for almost a millennium. I don't know if I can give you that, but I'd be happy to supply you some beet greens.
Oh,
Thanks
I'm good.
a lot.
Thank
I'll
you.
take
Though.
some beet greens.
Rev will take some.
All right, I'm going to go into the kitchen and just grab some loose beet greens with my hand and sort of sprinkle them into everyone's soup, and then just sit back down in my chair.
Yeah, perfect.
Dwight, I didn't exactly want that in my stew.
I didn't really ask for these.
They're not even cooked soft.
I can take them back if you'd like, and I reach my hand toward Pete's soup.
You know what? I'm not that hungry. It's okay. By the way, while I was outside, I tasted a little bit of that wine out there. Not like a lot, but I had like a couple. Those are all fermenting. They're not quite done yet. You have any that is done?
Well, yes, those have been bottled though. Those are still need a couple months to finish fermenting.
Never mind.
I mean, you still have some that you would have taken to town to sell that you could probably pull out and consume.
He knows.
Yeah, he knows. Okay, fair
I
enough.
said what I said.
Your evening passes fairly uneventfully now in a more of a protected enclosure. Is there anything you guys are looking to do before you have a rest for the night? It is now late.
Are we just kind of sitting around chit chatting, getting ready
Yeah.
for bed?
Yeah, kind of that kind of stuff.
Folks, before we go to bed, I've noticed that we've twice been in a predicament where we don't know what to write on a piece of paper. We gotta come up with something here.
I still like Papa Pete's, but
I feel
See,
that
I was thinking
I'm-
something more along the line of Revs Renegades.
I
Bill Bozers.
Mo speaks up. Well, how about Pete's and Beats?
See, now he's thinking.
I feel like this is very centric around one person.
You know, it's Pete's and Beats sounds fantastic, and I would vote for
I
it.
third that. I third that vote.
We want Pete's and Beats?
I kind of liked the Bilbozers.
I don't mind Bill Bozers, but
Bill Mosers.
perhaps there
Let's
might
kick
be a
Dwight
little.
out and bring Mo. Adventure with Mo.
Rook, I don't know how to tell you this, but Dwight has been exiled from the party, and you now have to take on this voice that I created for Mo.
Well, howdy. All right, let's get to venturing. No, I can't do that every week. I can't do that every Tuesday.
Wouldn't
I
be able to
can't-
do it.
Weakness.
Oh,
We're all making a lot of jokes, but nobody's actually coming up with
Perhaps
Good
we can debate this throughout our adventure, and by the time we sign a new party name, we will have made our choice.
all right. But if we don't make up a decision by then, I'm writing Rev's Renegades on the next one.
All right, and if I ever have the ledger, then I'll have Bill Bozers.
does everyone just make their own, and whoever writes our name writes down whatever?
Bibs on the next ledger.
Actually,
I like
So
that.
we're
idea.
known as 4 different party names. Throughout
Four
the
different
realm.
party names, just whoever has the paper.
For
I
now,
like
we will
that.
be known as placeholder.
Yep. All right. Well, whoever writes our name on it, we'll just write whatever party name they want at that time, and it'll be a mystery. Everyone will think that there's some really cool guys walking around. There's like 4 different parties, but it'll all just be us. You know?
Keep them off the trail.
change the name every time we get a quest.
Yeah, I heard the government's been looking for us. It's the best way to not get caught. Yep. There you go, DM. There's that curveball for you. Go ahead
Jimmy
and
Carr's
write the
accountants.
script for the next
You're the
one.
ones who are going to have to keep that straight more often than I am. I'll tell you right now.
Have fun.
All right. Is there anything else that you guys were looking to discuss before sleepiness comes and takes you?
No, I'd go for a bed. I think Pete needs a long rest to get that hit point back.
That 1 HP. Yeah, Vinny beat my.
Oh, poor Vinny. He's just a cow. All right. You guys find your ways to your respective places of sleep for the evening. No real watch is needed. So no one is needed to take one. Pete, you curl up next to Vinny. Vinny's just, kind of doing his thing. He's real comfortable. He's not moving much, but he's right next to your pile.
Yep.
And so you're able to snuggle for some warmth.
Mm.
Rev, you have a very uncomfortable bed.
Me.
Yeah, it's like
stealing the bed.
it's a bed, but like it's not the inn's bed. And you've slept on the ground and therefore you've slept on worse, but this one's
Mr. Teacher,
what?
Can his bed not have any sheets or blankets on it? It's just a bed. I feel like
a
that.
prison mattress.
Yeah, just a mattress with no sheets, no pillow, no. It's just there's the guest bed and it has nothing on it.
I'll allow it.
This is a slab of cushion.
I mean, Rev has his own sleeping bag that he sleeps
Right,
on.
but
So
it's just weird.
Yeah, he gets a non-comfortable surface, but it's at least in its own room with a door. So still winning, I guess.
Take it.
Bill, you find a spot inside in the kind of kitchen next to the hearth. The coals are still warm, and so you're kind of able to, sorry, not the kitchen, in like the living space where the hearth is, and you're able to find some warmth next to the fire, and such. And you all have a restful sleep.
Give me that HP back.
Interesting. Okay. Dwight, as you wake up in the morning, You hear a slight knock on your door.
I bolt straight upright, and I run down the stairs to answer the door.
You open your bedroom, and you see Mo standing there. Yeah, he's dressed for the day and whatnot. He goes, "Well, all right, cousin. Let's talk real quick. You got a second?"
Yes, what is it? What is it, Mose?
So he walks in. He kind of goes past you, sits on your bed. He says, "Well, I'll be honest with you. It's been a little weird in the forest as of late. You notice a particular somberness and straightforwardness that you don't normally get out of your cousin. He seems to be genuinely concerned about this."
Elaborate.
"Well, I don't know, cousin. You're more of the fancy pants with all that magic and whiz and pizzazz that I don't necessarily understand, but I just get this itching feeling on the back of my neck, cuz that just feels like there's some eyes watching us, and I'm getting real uneasy. And every time I go into the woods, I don't know, it just feels like the land itself is getting ready for something. You know what I mean?"
Hmm. I'm not quite sure I know what you mean, but are you trying to warn us?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll find out and feel something in the woods. If you're going out there, maybe you'll feel the same thing I'm feeling. Again, I'm not as well versed in natural things like you are. I mean, I know my way around some natural things, but not the natural things. You know what I'm saying, cousin? And
Hmm.
I just I think something's going on in this forest. I couldn't tell you what, but I tell you, it feels like someone's out there watching us. I don't know who.
I look away from Mose and I look out the window and I try to scan outside to see if
Yep.
there's anybody
Make a
visibly watching
perception
us.
check.
Okay. Uh,
You have great eyesight and great you are very very capable, even in the darkness of the early mornings. You don't see anyone outside your window.
turn back to Mose. Uh, it's okay, Mose. I understand your concern, but I checked and there's no one out there. Nothing is watching us.
Well, if you say so, cousin, I won't worry too much about it. But keep your head on you when you're going out in those woods. You never know what you're gonna run into. And well, if you say it's fine, well, we've been fine this point thanks to you and your guidance. So you always got a good head on your shoulders, so I trust you, cousin. But I wanted to voice my unease because I mean I don't know the things that you know, and I figure anyone knows it's got to be my cousin. So yeah, it's all good. I'm gonna go get to the fields. And he kind of walks out of the room.
As he leaves, I keep sort of patting my neck and the back of my head as he made a couple comments about having a head on my shoulders, and that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I don't say anything about it.
Um. So Pete, as you're outside, on the with Vin, um, you feel Vinny start to stir, and it wakes you up a bit. And you see he kind of um as he grunts and kind of turns, and he's not he's not getting agitated, but he's certainly on alert of something.
Um, I slept in a barn with Vinny plenty of times to know that he doesn't do that.
You're real
So,
quiet, Garrett.
oh my bad. I've slept with. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. My mic is here, and I was like here.
Oh yeah, I saw.
So yeah. So I've slept in a barn with Vinny plenty of times. No, he doesn't do that. So I'm gonna get up and start investigating, just like not walking out, but just like looking around. You know what I mean? That like
Yeah, sure.
scan the area.
As you get up and you start walking around the farm,
I just said I wasn't. I was going to scan
oh,
the
sorry,
area.
sorry. I'm sorry. Scanning the area to me is like looking, but I guess you're just standing.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay guard, like
Yeah.
guarding.
Well,
Vinny.
you didn't have to move very far at all, really.
Small farm.
To see, you see Mose walk out, and it is based on the time. It's dark out. Like,
It's still real early.
yeah. Oh, this is some. I mean, you've experienced this a bit at camp. You know that Dwight doesn't necessarily need the most amount of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
This just seems like some awkward elf stuff.
Some weird elf shit.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna like I'm gonna watch Mo. I'm gonna watch and see what he does.
Yep.
I'm also
So
gonna check and make sure I still have my kidney.
Yeah,
I
you
have
check
it.
yourself. You're good, and you kind of like sit down, and you see
You're unsure about Bill though.
Vinny's calmed down a bit more. He kind of recognizes that this is similar to that elf, and so he's still startled by the door opening of the house, but now he's okay. So he's laying back down.
The door opening isn't enough to startle Vinny, though. I've slept in a barn with him plenty of times.
Yeah, but Mo's not necessarily being the most quiet out in the yard because he's not used to
Fair.
having guests. So he's gone into the shed now next to you. He's pulled out some hose and he's starting to actually till some earth.
All right,
Nice.
So he's
Nice.
actually doing some yard work right now.
All right. Have I gotten enough sleep to be comfortable with
No,
the time of day this is?
no, you haven't.
You're like, God damn it.
How am I gonna go about this?
It's like sleeping next to a chainsaw. Like construction is going on outside.
How am I gonna go about this? Hey Mo, what you doing?
I'm just getting started my daily chores. Did I wake you up?
Oh, you didn't wake me up. You woke Vinny up.
Oh my goodness. I am so sorry. I'm not used to having people here.
That's okay. I get it.
I'm sorry. Is this a problem?
The weed whacking? Yeah, the weed whacking's the problem.
Oh my goodness. You know, I'm so sorry. I forget your name. What's your name?
Pete.
Right, Pete. I'm so.
Yeah.
Oh, listen. I'm so sorry. Let me put this down. And
it's all we all we all do it sometimes. Like Vinny over here's my roommate. Like what? How loud do you think he gets in the middle of the night? So it doesn't bother me. I get it. But Vinny. Yeah, but Vinny had a long day. Don't
yeah.
wanna make him
Okay.
mad.
Well, that's fair. I'll do some more quieter chores.
You know what? I saw some stuff on the other side of the farm. Looked like that. It was kind of dirty. Maybe that's a good place to start.
Of course. Yeah, I'll go on over to the other side and I'll just start picking some. Yeah, I'll.
All right.
And he goes back into the shed, and you hear a something's clearly fallen, and it just made a startle noise and just made it was way louder than it probably could have been. He comes out with like a couple of baskets. He's like, I'll go pick some beets, and he walks to the other side of the farm.
Why did those like woven baskets make that much noise? I feel like
oh well, it wasn't the bat. It was everything that was on top of the baskets.
Those are baskets. Things go inside those. Did you just dump it out on the floor? You know what? You're doing a great job, Mose. Doing a great job. You know what? Have a good night. All right. It's still night. It's still night, Mose. Have a good night. I'm gonna start getting real passive aggressive with this.
He's gonna slowly back away.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting real mean.
As you look over, you see him now. He's got like a sickle in one hand, 2 baskets under each arm, and he's like cartoonishly tiptoeing away very slowly, trying
He's
to
gonna be. Is he looking back at me?
every once in a while, yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yep.
Great, doing a good job. Keep that up.
Yeah, so he goes off to one of his more mature plots to check on that while you're
Idiot.
there. The night passes without issue. The rest of you wake up.
Roll for annoying Pete.
Pete, you are definitely more agitated. It wasn't a great night, but Vinny kind of goes.
I agree, buddy. I agree, buddy. Let's get the heck out of here.
Dwight, Rev, Bill, Pete, you as well. Anything you want to look to accomplish for? Or are you guys looking to head out right away?
I'm gonna steal a little bit of that wine that still needs a little bit of fermenting.
How was the
You're gonna
easily enough when you're out there all by yourself. What'd you say, Dwight?
I'm gonna load up on beet wine to take with us for our benefactor.
Okay.
How was Dwight's sleep? Or Dwight's? How was Bill's sleep on his bedroll?
It was slightly better than sleeping out in the wilderness for sure, but it wasn't no comfy in bed.
Fair.
You were relatively comfortable, and Mo at least had the wherewithal to be quiet in the house.
My back doesn't even hurt as bad as it normally does. Rev, how was your sleep?
Awkward, but overall pretty good.
Awkward?
Well, there's nothing on that
bed. I make a gesture, like a pacifying gesture, and I say, I know Mose isn't the most courteous host, but I appreciate you looking past that.
Yeah, no problem, Dwight. We appreciate you letting us crash here.
Yes,
certainly.
Having a roof, we can't say that any of our adventures we always have a roof over our heads. So this is a welcomed change.
Great pit stop for us, but I think we should probably get packing up and going because we got another long day ahead of us.
Indeed, we do.
You guys walk outside. I've already gotten the bowl ready to go. I'm mad. I'm like an angry dad who's late for soccer practice.
He's pissed off because we're already late.
Pissed. I'm pissed.
It's supposed to be at the airport at 4 a.m.
It's 3:50. 3:50, and you just told me that you haven't started packing.
Before we kick off on our day, why don't we go ahead and take our union mandated quick break?
Yeah.
Airports are cannon now. Yep. Yes, they are, Buffer.
We'll be back in 10-ish.
Some minutes.
Yes.
All right, welcome back to How Fast Can We Get Decker DMCA?
No, I'm going to mute you. Can I?
No. Don't do that.
Everybody's
Everyone
just
else?
dipping. And now I'm way off to the both sides.
I'm DM now. I get to do
I'm
whatever
Pete.
I want.
I can do whatever I want.
I get to make
I'll be right back
now.
because I was posting aggressively in our Discord that I got to use the bathroom.
Yeah, hold on. Let me read that. Pete right now, yeah. All right. Well, hi, Twitch stream. This is very irresponsible for all of them to just leave, huh? I could do anything. Let's see. What can I do?
Careful, Garrett. I can still hear you.
I'm the DM now. You don't get to boss me around.
Don't mess with any of the settings. This dude's gonna ruin everything.
Yeah, the camera shifted me over to DM. So, my name's Aaron. I'm gonna make you get hit by a tree and take a lot of damage. I do have to go pee though. So you guys lose me too. I gotta go pee.
He's gotta go Pete.
Well, I tell y'all what. I got some pretzels. Oh, hey, Garrett Chand. I got some pretzels and some refreshing water.
I got some water too.
I figured it is getting a little too late for a CZ.
Hmm.
That's probably
Good
a smart
decision.
choice.
What a
Heck it, we ball.
Hey, there you go.
CZ's basically water at this point.
Pretty much is.
You got a DPZ.
Mm.
Oh, that's the show with like Goku and Bulma and stuff, right?
DPZ.
Yeah.
Next time on DPZ.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a whole different show.
You were not allowed to watch that show.
Not on stream.
All right.
Call me afterwards though.
All right. So Pete, you are once again are going to lead the wagon. Go ahead and make a survival check for taking off.
Like, right, Reggie. Oh, we're screwed. It's gonna be a bad day for us.
We're fine.
Uh-oh.
Oof. Ouch. Owie.
That's your second nat one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, Dwight, you were able to get everyone off of your property and back out onto the road you came in on. That's not a hard one for you because you know your way around. Obviously, duh. You get a little past of where you're normally used to traveling, at least by wagon, and it gets a little bit more confusing.
I'm
Pete,
sorry.
you kind of try following the road the best you can and steering Vinny, but Vinny kind of gets a little off track and a little off kilter. You're having a hard time reining him in, probably because he's grumpy because he didn't sleep well. You find yourselves kind of getting off track on road, and you have to ultimately turn around and head back. Ultimately, it's going to cost you a couple of hours to do this maneuver. As you enter back onto the main trail that you've been following, at least you think this is where you've been, you notice, a lot of you notice, a very obvious individual standing on the far end of the shoulder. If you think about this as more of a two-track kind of rough trail of sorts, along the far clearing is an individual standing there wearing blacked out robes, a hood covering his face, and has a cart set up. And it looks like, as you look at the items, he has several items for sale from this cart.
God, I hate it when they try and sell their mixtapes.
Backtracking just a little, would when Mo woke up Dwight to talk to him, would he, with the house being small like it is, would that have woken up either Rev or Bill?
Nope. It was intentionally done in a way to just convey, and especially it was in the middle of your long rest. Would have
Okay.
been pretty jarring to break you out of your REM sleep.
Got it.
As you guys approach and you notice him, and he notices you notice them, you see kind of hands come up and flip the hood back, and you see a human male, black hair, kind of you can't really tell his eye color from where you're at, and he says, "Hello."
No,
I
it's
see
okay.
you.
We don't want anything.
May I
It's okay,
interest you
thank
in some exotic wares from my shop?
Now, Pete, let's not discredit him so quickly. How exotic?
No, I've seen it before. They hand it to you, they tell you it's free, then listen to it or do this, and then you were just trying to get by. It's okay. We don't need anything. Thank you though.
Are you
Look,
sure?
Bill, trust me. They're
I have
just
some
gonna try.
very
No,
wonderful items
it's
in my
no,
shop.
it's fine. Thank you. We're just trying to get by.
What kind of items
Oh,
do you got in your
certainly
shop?
you can at least take a look.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
I'm taking
interested,
Vinny and I'm
Peter.
going. I've seen this before. They tell that they're just gonna charge you an arm and a leg for something you can get at the next convenience store. All right.
You guys can see as from the so you notice there's a shield. There's a shield there for sale. Um, go ahead and well, what's your passive perceptions? What's the
13.
lowest? 13, 14, 15. Bill, what's
It's
yours?
15.
Bill's is 12. Nope, that's
Okay.
insight. It's
Yeah,
12.
Bill's getting scammed. Yeah, Bill's getting scammed.
What's your-
Dude, that's
what's
a
your-
paper mache shield.
This human male wearing black robes has eye color.
What-
He's
you-
important.
No, what did you say your passive perception was?
12.
Oh, 12. Yeah, I mean, you can't see all the details, but it looks like there's some weapons. You might see a sword. There's a smaller, maybe a sword, could be a dagger. You're not sure. Dwight, you would see clearly a dagger, a sword, a shield. It looks like there's a red potion that could be a health potion.
Nope, it's Kool-Aid. It's not
So
health
again,
pot. You're gonna
you
try
see
and
you see some armored clothes. I mean, you see a fair amount of different wares there. Oh, come on! Wouldn't you like to at least take a look? I offer great prices. You won't find anyone else around here selling these kind of wares.
No, I'm telling you, Bill, if this was a good deal, he'd be in the middle of town, not out here trying to sell it to you. Okay.
That's
What
a fair
forms of
point.
payment do you accept?
You know what? I'm just gonna take Vinny and go. You guys can catch up. If you guys want to buy that dull dagger that he got off a dead body, go right on ahead.
Would you like to take a look? Is anyone going to approach the cart and take a look?
I certainly will.
All right.
I
So
will join him.
So Pete's going to keep walking down,
I'm
going
gone.
down the path. Dwight and Rev,
Zero
you're going to
street
go.
smarts.
I'll stick around and look.
All right.
One
so
of
you
those
three are going
like
to go
politely
shopping.
looking, not intending to buy type of.
Yes, yes. Come take a look at the wares. So you see 3 potions. They kind of look similar to the ones you got from Adabra. You see a set of leather, kind of light. Well, I say it's kind of medium-ish armor, leather armor. You see a decent broadsword. It looks of high quality. Actually, the broadsword itself, upon inspection, you see has like a delightful gleam in it. It's very well polished. It seems to keep its edge very well. You see a ring in a box that looks like it has a gem on it that swirls with colors. They're bright colors. They're not necessarily ominous in any way. You see there on the back of the cart there is a mask that that is just kind of hanging on there. It looks like kind of like an Ani Ani mask from like a Japanese kind of style. Um, Not that that's canonical, but just so that you as people have reference to what it looks like, kind of like one of those Ani masks. And then you see a there is a very keen, very keen edged and it looks well maintained dagger on the table as well.
These all sound like monkey paw type of items.
You're not even there.
It's very sharp,
Anyway.
but it cuts you when you cut them.
You're down
Yeah,
the
okay.
road. You're down
Yeah.
the road.
I take a
don't-
step forward. What forms of payment do you accept?
Well, I'll take payments in. Well, what do you have to offer? Normally, they just pay money.
That's what I assumed. I turned to Bill
I
and Rev.
assumed you took
See, I don't
money.
know what Pete was talking about. An arm and a leg? That sounds grotesque. These coins will do just fine. Anyway, carry on.
Can I check out the potion and see if I can determine what it is, or can I ask what it is?
You can do all of those. What are you
Let
going
me
to do?
let me ask first and see what the person says.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. This potion appears to be a potion of healing of sorts.
And what are you charging for it?
This one goes for. Sorry, let me get the prices up.
I like to imagine he breaks the like spooky, scary guy character to be like turns whole business in and be like, oh, hold on one second, let me get the prices up for you.
He scans the code. There's a price check.
So there's 3 of them up there, and he says 5 silver pieces for each potion.
Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable. I'll take them.
Okay. So that'll be 2 gold for the 4 of them if you want.
Okay, I give him 2 gold.
That
Thank
ring.
you for your patronage.
I'm curious, what is this ring about? The one with the swirls.
This ring is a beautiful adornment for your hands.
Well, clearly, does it do anything?
Yes, it's very pretty.
How much?
This one is 15 silver pieces.
15 silver, so a gold and 5?
Mm-hmm.
A gold 5 for the ring. Um, and this dagger. This looks like it's in good shape.
What is it?
Ah,
a
yes.
club?
This, the dagger, yes, this dagger is wonderfully, wonderfully potent.
What potent isn't a word that I would normally associate with a dagger. Can you elaborate a little for an old man?
I do not usually associate with daggers as a point of health, but I assume it will certainly inflict the harm in the ways that, well, one would like.
Like in the pointy methods or in the um other attributes methods?
Oh, this dagger will inflict all of the harm.
All of the harm, you say? How what does a traveling salesman like yourself ask for such a blade?
A blade as wonderful as this, which will not lose its edge, does fetch a heftier sum than the others, but I can assure you my prices are most fair. Oh, they're the
You
most.
sound like you're an honest salesman.
The price for the dagger is a gold piece and 5 silver.
A gold 5, so it's actually cheaper than the ring. Nope, it's the same price.
It's the same price.
Hmm. And this sword. This long sword. Look at it. And tell me about it.
You're just the
Yes,
old man that
so-
just keeps trying to get a deal.
Yeah.
Now,
I need to look at it all before I make a decision.
this is broadsword.
Or broadsword, yeah.
Yep. This sword is truly the best, the most wonderful sword in all of the land, I can assure you. Oh, you will be able to sing its praises, oh, most effortlessly, as you wield this magnificent specimen in battle. It goes for 5 gold pieces, 10 silver pieces, and 5 kappas, but I promise you, this will be the best sword you will ever have.
Hmm. You know, considering it all, Rev, do you think Pete probably needs a decent weapon, doesn't he?
I'm not sure what he's carrying, but never hurts to improve your equipment.
I have a feeling that a short blade like this dagger may be something that he would appreciate.
Can I investigate the dagger and see if it has any magical properties?
Do you have detect magic or identify as a spell?
No.
Um, I'll say this much: you're not unfamiliar with magical weapons, and certainly the way he's boasting about some of these, there could be minorly magical weapons of some sort. It's not entirely clear, and you wouldn't have any way of knowing without having a true identify.
Deal.
Again, there's also a Bill already bought the ring.
I bought it.
Did you?
I'll buy it.
Were you going to?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
buy it.
have to. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna force you into
I
it.
was gonna buy it.
Okay, so there's the outside of the ring. There's the dagger, the sword. There's the mask on the back wall. There's also a set of armor and a shield. Did I say shield? Yes, there's also a shield on the back wall as well. I don't know if I mentioned that at first. There is also a shield up there.
I
And it's a
also want.
beautiful shield. It's kind of like it's kind of like a jagged, almost spider web pattern that has like steel kind of. It basically looks like a spider web on a steel plate. Um, Beautifully ordained, kind of. I think that's the right word. Kind of ornamented is maybe the right word there. It's
Does
got like a
anybody
black
else
color.
use a shield, or is it just me?
You may be the only one.
I already
I have
have
a
one.
shield.
What's that?
I have a shield as well.
Oh, do you have one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we're good on shields. What's that armor back there?
The armor?
He
Ah,
drops
this
the salesman
armor.
pitch. The armor? What armor?
Sorry, no, that was me.
I don't
clicking
sell
through
armor.
Yes, yes, the armor. Well, what I can tell you is that this armor helps you be very quiet and very stealthy.
For some reason, I'm just thinking of like metal just clinking around.
This is the quiet metal.
This is the stealthy armor. Like
Your
clink,
your foes won't hear you coming.
And I
Wow.
guess
I
just
feel
to
like Pete ought to be here for this, but he doesn't trust traveling salesmen, so I guess he's missing out on the cool armor.
For
Yep.
whatever reason, why? I have given you no reason not to trust these wares.
Oh, I wouldn't take it personally. Weird, creepy salesman. I think he's just scarred from previous encounters.
He's finally learning that he well, needs to be a little careful with his life.
Dwight, you notice as you look up and down on the salesman, his eyes catch you a little off. They're kind of green with a kind of a black pupil that's more of a, well, how can I put this other than it looks
vertical.
looks feline-esque.
Hmm. And I would be able to detect this just looking at him, or
Your passive perception is high enough that you would have noticed. Peculiar
Okay.
eyes.
And just lastly,
Uh,
creepy sales. Oh, I'm sorry.
before we proceed any further, let's go stand over there briefly. No reason.
All right. We'll be right back, traveling salesman. We're gonna discuss our finances and see if we want to buy anything else.
Take all the time you need.
I sort of trot where I think that we'll be out of earshot.
Dwight,
What
I
did I
haven't
say?
looked. I haven't asked about that mask yet. What is the meaning of this?
Okay, I think we're safe here. I think I think I diverted his attention. Something is wrong. Something seems amiss here because I looked at the salesperson's eyes and they appeared rather feline in nature. And do you remember that, well, that cat that we saw crossing the path yesterday?
Are you suggesting that it can change?
Perhaps, but the fact that the salesman retains his feline eyes leads me to believe it's not any ordinary well, shapeshifting like I can do, which is normal, but perhaps something more nefarious. And also, my cousin Mose warned me this morning that he felt that someone or something was watching him, and I did look outside and I didn't see anything then, but now I have cause to be concerned.
I'm glad
Um,
that you told us this now.
You are down the road.
Yeah, I'm turning back. I turned back because I was so far away that at the speed at which I was going, they wouldn't be able to catch back up.
Okay,
That FOMO
so
is a powerful
I'm
motivator.
mad now.
so you're
I'm
coming back,
mad.
but you're still not quite back yet. Got it.
Correct. I'm coming back, but I am mad. Like a dad. Like yeah. I'm mad.
It was a bad
So
day to interrupt Pete.
that's right.
Yeah.
So Dwight, what should we do about it? I mean, it's
You suggest that we confront him.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he would be honest with us if we were to ask him.
Perhaps
What
probe
his,
him about the
purpose
cat
is
that
here.
you saw. It was strange that such a domesticated creature was this far in the woods.
True. I hate to admit that perhaps I had overlooked something, but we won't speak of this beyond this point. Okay, let's go back.
You lead.
So I lead the way back to the salesman.
Welcome back. Did you have a good talk?
Yes, in fact, we had a discussion, and let's just say I'm not sure how else to put this, but we saw a cat on our path yesterday.
A
that
cat.
crossed our path. Yes.
Yes, cats are around.
But a house cat out in the middle of these woods.
Yes. Okay. And I have no cats for sale.
Would you know anything? Would you know anything about such a cat that was seen in the area, or what a cat might be doing so far from civilization?
I am no master of cats, I assure you. Only a master of wares. And if you have coin, I have wares.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere.
Feel the same, but I can't quite place it. Has Bill already bought the ring? Like the transaction's been
Yes,
complete.
Bill has bought the ring and Rev has bought potions.
I kind of want to buy the dagger also.
Okay.
How long till I get back and yell at him?
You got a minute more.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Oh,
the
you can-
dagger and the ring. So would that be
All right,
three? Would that be three total
we
gold
can
then?
say we can say you bought the dagger as you were inquiring on it.
Okay, is that 3 total gold then for the 2?
It would be, yes.
Well done.
And you've inquired about the armor. You have not inquired about the shield nor the mask. May I interest you, kind fellow of the woods? Anything from my shop?
I will decline because I'm not sure I trust you. I take a step back and remove myself from the proceedings.
Dwight, what is the matter with you? This is just a salesman. In the middle of the woods, selling to probably only us.
And you, tusked one, may I interest you in this fine tusked mask?
Well, I think we need to get to the bottom of this cat thing.
I assure you, sir, there are no cats here.
So you say that, but my friend here says that you are connected to a cat we saw earlier.
I have no cats attached to me and am connected to none. I assure
Hmm.
But
Um.
are you a cat?
you. If you're a cat, you have to tell us you're a cat.
You're
Yeah, it's
legally
illegal.
obligated.
It's the rules.
It's illegal for you to lie.
That's right.
I am not a cat. I am a man. A simple merchant.
Fletch.
Yeah, I got nothing that would help us out here. So
Feel free to roll an insight check if you don't think he's telling all the truth.
I was gonna
I would
say
love
I don't
to
know
roll
if
an insight check.
I'll roll
Yeah.
one.
I'll roll one as well.
Wow. I'm here for the stuff.
Um,
Got him stumped.
so
He rolls a 20. You have to tell him all of his intentions.
I'm just trying to think about how to do this without.
That's incredible.
His
How do I
plan
do
in
this for
detail.
the stream, but not for you? Like, if you leave the channel, does that mess up the stream and everything? Because they
If
can't
I
hear
leave?
it then. Yeah,
Yes.
if you and Pete leave. So then I need to leave, but then the stream can't hear it. So then Matt needs to go upstairs in his
No.
house.
I'm
away
going to
from his-
hear it when I
No.
edit this.
No,
It's fine if you hear it
server
after you edit it.
server deafen us.
Oh yeah, well no, because then the stream still can't hear the
Yeah.
sound, right?
Hmm.
I
You
think for
really want me to
people
go
not-
upstairs?
Well, how am I supposed to whisper to people? So
It's a good point.
you didn't get the insight on what's happening, and so I don't want to necessarily. Right? You understand what I'm trying to go with here? I'm not. You understand what I'm
I can play
mechanically
dumb.
trying to do? Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
I
wait, hold on. Deku, don't you have speakers?
all right. Do this when
Wave like an idiot when you're
Yeah,
done.
wave like an idiot when I can hear what's going on.
And then I'll just deafen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My speakers are off.
He can't hear us.
I don't know if
Can
the
you hear us,
stream
Matt?
still hears or not. Can the stream still hear me? I don't know. Buffer, if you're still there, maybe say something.
The stream
So
can still hear.
cool. So as you kind of inquire and push on this individual, you don't necessarily like he's not necessarily lying. He is not a cat. He is a man. But he certainly is. He is more than just a man. He is certainly something more ominous, and you can get a sense that he has a darker side that he's not necessarily letting off. And whatever ominous feelings you had, I think um, certainly certainly are emboldened by the fact that this individual is clearly hiding something. Something is off with his wares and his content, and what brought him to you. While you feel very confident that he's not a cat. He's not. It doesn't necessarily mean it's not connected. It doesn't mean it is, right? I'm not going to say yes or no on that, but it certainly is. He is certainly hiding something. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Chess.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Did Rev get to hear all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both rolled high enough.
Oh. Oh yeah, look at that.
You know what? I kind of like this better where Garrett can't talk and he just sends us memes.
Yeah, he doesn't even know. I don't think
Yeah,
he
well,
saw.
you could.
We gave him the wave thing.
What am I looking at?
Am I good to come back?
Yeah.
That's why we were
We did the
waiting.
weird wave.
All right, so you guys are in conversation with this individual.
All right.
Take a
Well,
step farther back.
Okay.
I think
That's all right.
I think we're done doing business here.
Just like that.
Alright. Are you sure I can't convince you in anything else?
You could convince me of something if you were honest with us, but for now, I don't think we can do any more business.
Honesty. I've been nothing but honest with you.
Rev, what are you saying?
Well, we're asking about the cat, and this salesman I think knows something about it and won't tell us about it. So I think we need to move along.
Do you think
Um,
there's an issue with the products that I've purchased?
Maybe
about-
not, but
About this time, Pete does roll back in.
hey,
Get in the cart.
all right, Pete, we're coming. We're gonna get in the cart.
I promise you'll never find wares like this anywhere else.
I'm just gonna pull my crossbow out and point it at him,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna look at everyone else and say, "Get in the cart."
Thank you
I'm
for
not
the
playing around.
Thank you for the wares that I have purchased.
Get in the cart.
You
Peter,
just see
I've
he's
already
still
done my
smiling.
shopping.
He's still got his hands folded. Well, then have safe journeys.
What did you guys buy? I'm still pointing my crossbow at this guy. I'm
Are you
not.
driving?
I'm mad.
Are you driving away though?
No, we're parked right now because they haven't got in yet.
Oh, I assume they were getting in.
Peter,
Yeah, we're
we'll,
getting it.
You're getting in
Yeah, I'll
Peter,
right
we'll
away.
talk about this on the way. Let's just go.
before we leave. What did you buy? Show me.
We'll talk about this. It's a surprise.
Show me right here, right now. We're not
Surprise.
leaving. I am
The
literally
equivalent of when you hear
ready
your
to.
dog eating something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pete,
What
if
did you
you're
buy?
going to
Most of
shoot the salesman, shoot the salesman.
Gladly. What did you buy?
Well, I got you a little something.
Nope. Give it back. Get your money back.
I already paid for it.
Drop it. Drop it.
Peter,
Perhaps
I
it
know
would
you
be
didn't
to
get to
see if-
sleep very much last night. You don't need to take it out on random woodsman salesmen.
What did you buy? What else did we get?
This sparkly
Yeah,
ring.
come on.
Look
What
at this
a
ring.
ring?
Yes.
Don't put that on.
Well, I don't even know if it'll fit on my finger.
What else did you buy?
That was it.
I'm talking to him like I'm talking to my grandpa who like can't understand. What else did you buy?
You've been at home watching the
What-
Home
what-
Shopping
what
Network
did
all
you-
day. What did
else
you buy?
That was it. I haven't bought any more.
You just bought a ring.
I
That's
bought
it.
this and one other thing that I'll tell you about.
Nope. What else did? That's not what I'm asking. What else did you buy?
I bought this gleaming dagger.
Nope.
This is for you, Peter.
Nope. Nope.
Pete, the dagger does look very nice.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah,
like
and you know
shiny
what else
things?
looks nice? You know what else looks nice? All of my fingers. All right. And we don't know what that dagger's gonna do.
We
okay.
don't have to use it right now, son.
Are you still sitting here in the middle of the
Yeah,
path? with-
100%. I want to know what everyone bought before we leave.
Pete, why are you so suspicious? You're just grumpy
I'm
that
still pointing my crossbow at this guy, by the way.
He is still smiling with his hands folded. He has not moved.
All right, we know what. All right, we know what Bill bought.
Not
Did
even
anyone
sure
else
if he's
buy
blinked
anything?
yet.
No, and Pete, as much as it pains me to admit this, I think you may have been right. There's something more than meets the eye to this individual, and I don't think it's safe to.
So
carry any of his
nobody else bought anything.
No.
All right, well, if I find out about it later, we're gonna have some problems.
Then I remember
right.
that Bill actually bought something. Or Rev actually bought something. Wait, Rev, didn't you buy a potion from him?
He
Oh
bought-
yeah, just the regular
Oh.
old health potions though. Nothing to be worried about.
Taste it, not drink. Don't drink it. Little dot. Do not drink that.
What?
That could be poison.
perhaps we ask the salesman to drink it.
I'm quite familiar with health potions, and I'm certain these are good.
If I get shot with another crossbow from a gnome, I would rather die than have you make me drink that. I do not know what that is.
Oh, don't worry, Pete. I wouldn't waste my potions on you.
All right, so we have
Um,
unknown potions.
Did
You
you-
don't know that's a
show
health
him,
pot.
did you show him the potions?
No.
So we have
Again,
unknown
see-
potions, right? So we have
They're
unknown
not
potions.
unknown potions, Pete.
Those
I'm
are
telling
unknown.
you.
So we have unknown potions. We have
Where
an
did you study
absolute-
your cleric?
Oh, I studied it on the street.
the mean streets of Detroit.
Full of
Yeah.
hard knocks.
Yeah. You all have never bought and had bad things happen. These things can have curses on them or just flat out be poison. I know
Okay.
we don't listen to me for a whole lot of things, but there comes a time where you should probably listen to the guy who's lived on the streets.
Oh, Pete, we also bought you this hat made of aluminum foil. I thought you might appreciate it.
Dwight, what were you saying when
I'm going to
something
slowly
didn't
turn the bowl around and start moving the other direction.
something
Whole time
didn't
still
seem
aiming
to
my crossbow at that guy though.
Yep.
If he flinches, he's gone.
Dwight, you said something seems amiss. What is it?
I'm not sure exactly. There's something mysterious and potentially evil about this individual, but I can't quite place it, but I know that he's not being fully truthful with us.
How do
Well,
you
I'd say the
feel?
word. I'll
Haven't been
pull the
sensitive about
trigger.
people.
How do you feel?
You were so Pete. You guys are kind of talking amongst yourselves, and you kind of looking around. And Pete, you're keeping one eye on the ox and one back. And one of the times that you look back, Pete, you notice he's not there anymore.
I am going to turn to all of them and be like, whatever you bought, you do not use. Do you hear me? You
I would
don't
tend
put
to
Yeah,
it
sure
on.
thing, Pete.
Pete.
And he is gone for everyone. Like it's gone.
Do the items, like nothing's, like we still have our stuff?
You have the stuff, and nothing remains where he was or his cart.
Look
Does
at
the
that,
dagger
huh?
still look shiny?
Look at
Yes, it
that.
does.
You guys see that? We barely turned around and he's gone. And you're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
tell
like
me
20. You're like 20
you're gonna
yards
tell
down the
me you
road.
trust that?
Well, he was there the whole time, and then now suddenly I can see where your suspicions may be coming from. Or maybe that's a little. Why didn't you fire your crossbow, son?
I mean, this man had a crossbow aimed at him for at least 10 minutes.
It's a lengthy argument we've been having, and you had every
I ain't scared of
opportunity
no
to
cat.
shoot that thing.
I'm just gonna turn around and make sure Vinny's on the right track, and I'm gonna do that like Dad didn't say any words for the rest of the drive.
Okay,
He's mad and he's
Matt?
gonna yell at me when we get home.
Matt, you have you can add a magical dagger. So you have a dagger in your possession. You also have a ring. You would need to attune to them to understand their true nature if you wanted to.
It's also a magical ring, or just a
It
ring?
would seem so. Are you gonna put it on? Or are you gonna try attuning to it?
I'll try to attune to it without putting it on.
Well,
Mm,
part of that's wearing it.
Oh,
Like
that's
it.
not how
sure,
that
I'll wear
works.
it. See what it does.
Okay, so you put on the ring and you kind of spend the next hour of your trip kind of looking at it, studying it, understanding how this thing works. It is a mood ring.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Gotta
a
be
mood
kidding
ring.
me.
Yep.
This ring is a simple silver ring with a center gem that changes as you put it on. Roll a d6 for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Serves you right.
You see as you attune to it over the next hour, the gem settles on a yellow color for you. And you genuinely get this feeling of happiness and joy kind of bubbling out. And Bill, as a whole, you could say for the rest of the day, has this unwarranted sense of happiness that is almost unshakable. Yeah.
I feel great. Now, Peter, I'm feeling extra charitable. I did actually buy this dagger for you, son.
Don't want it.
I mean, why wouldn't you want it, son? I was feeling, I thought for sure that you would want this dagger. You seem to be the kind where, having a weapon nearby is exactly what you want.
Nope. I've got my swords right here. I do not need those flimsy aluminum foil terrible. Those probably aren't even hardened steel. I'll tell you. I bet
Well,
you those break right
How
off the
about
rip.
here? Hold this. You don't have to keep it.
Nope.
I just want you take
Nope.
it, and see if you like it. If you don't like it, give it back.
Nope.
How about
Should
that,
have gotten a
son?
receipt. Should have gotten a receipt.
You know, hard to
Um,
return it when the salesman just poofs into thin air.
Yep. Nope. Should have gotten a receipt.
Rev, you do have in your bag then 4 seemingly potions of healing.
Mm-hmm. They heal you for
Shy.
1. Congratulations.
Probably better than 0.
Mm.
Hmm, hmm.
I guess Bill will since Pete isn't taking the dagger, he will, inspect the dagger and kind of
Are you going to attune to it?
learn the details of it. Yes.
Okay, so as you study the dagger, um,
Mm-hmm. Go on. Go on. Tell me it like cuts him or something. I don't know. The poisons him.
whenever you're wielding the dagger, and you make a dexterity stealth check while wielding this dagger, you are considered proficient in stealth and add double your proficiency bonus to the check instead of your normal proficiency bonus.
Can you
Neat.
say that one more
That's a
time?
lot of words.
A lot of words. This is custom. These are some custom things, so they're not going to be necessarily in the thing. So
sure.
I can make these in D&D and then add them to you guys.
Okay, appreciate that.
Yep. So whenever
It's
you
just
make a
proficiency.
dexterity stealth check while wielding this dagger, you are considered proficient in stealth skill, and you can add double your proficiency bonus to the check instead of a normal proficiency bonus. It is a normal non-plus to hit dagger, so it's a normal dagger that has bonuses to stealth, basically.
Neat.
So it's a sneak dagger, proficient in sneak.
Peter, I
So
tell you what, this ring, this dagger, I'm just in the greatest of moods, and son, I think that you would really like this. It really fits your bill. And I'm not talking about me either.
No, I'm okay. I appreciate it though.
Well, I'll
You
hold
never know
on
when
to
you
it.
might need that.
I'll hold on to it now that you know what it does.
Nah, I don't. You know what? You might need that. You never know.
I promise you, son, my knuckles are what I need.
um Dwight, you hear a slight whistle come from Bill.
Hmm.
Just singing my tune, son.
No, you're not whistling. He
Oh.
hears a whistle coming from you.
Bill, are you whistling? What does that whistling sound?
Whistle how? I mean, my voice kind of has a little bit more of a whistly tone in my age, but no, I'm not intentionally making any whistly noises.
Like it's like when your window has a slight crack in a windstorm, and it's just like it's that just coming in. Yeah, that's what it sounds like coming from Bill.
My ears are twitching.
Since Dwight brought it up, can I try to pay attention to see if I hear the whistle too?
You don't notice it.
Okay. Not like intent, like kind of one of those.
Rev
Like,
and
wait, hold
Pete,
on, let me
you
be quiet.
absolutely do.
We do.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you do. Now that he's brought it up.
Heard. I did hear that. I just thought it was, just the wind passing us by. I'm telling you, get rid of that fucking dagger.
You think it's the
Definitely
dagger
Bill.
that's making this whistle? I
I'm
don't
just
hear
gonna
what
be-
you're talking about.
I suppose it could be, or it could be the rain.
I mean,
You know what? That's on you. And I'm just going to turn right around. Whatever happens, happens. I'm mad still. I haven't slept. I'm mad.
Peter, maybe you could sleep in the wagon.
Nope, don't trust it at this point.
So I
White-
don't hear it. I'm
white
making I'm
knuckling the
whistling
reins.
like a tea kettle.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is so bizarre. I wonder what
Yes.
it could be. Bill will take the ring off and like kind of look at it to see if it, like any sound is coming from it.
You do not. You take it off. It stays yellow. It does not seem to emanate any whistling, and everyone else still hears whistling.
Mm,
Also, Garrett, I need you to make a survival check for steering the wagon.
Aw, yeah.
This is so bizarre. Am I still making the sound?
Yeah.
You
yes.
are.
Perplexing.
Yes. Okay. Well enough. You continue to travel in the direction now. Rev, you would have the most knowledge of the woods at this point as you're entering deeper and deeper into the central area of southern Neverwinter Woods, south of the main Neverwinter River. Again, this is old stomping ground. Chances you run into some orc patrols? Not necessarily zero, right? We're entering orc country, and you're more confident in the woods and the directions you're heading at this point. While Pete, you're still driving the cattle on this main stretch of cleared out path. You find yourself making great time. Now, you left early right away. You got slightly detoured. Let's just say you killed an hour with the salesman and getting turned around. But right now, you've approached midday and you've made good time going through the rest of the forest. Bill, several hours into this trip, and everyone else, he's still whistling like a kettle, and it's getting
Yeah,
annoying.
I'm over it.
Bill, we got to do something about the whistling. We can't take it no more.
I wish that I truly wish I knew what you were talking about.
Well, let me see that dagger.
Here, see if it's making
Okay.
the sound.
Can I check the dagger to see if it's making a sound?
You hold the dagger up to your ears. You do not necessarily hear a sound from the dagger.
Is it still coming from me? Can you tell?
It is
Yeah.
still coming. It is still coming from Bill.
Let me see that ring.
Here, take the ring. I don't want to
Same thing with the
whistle,
ring.
for I am no tea kettle.
Wait, hold on. Can I see the dagger? I think it's got a little "we" in it.
What?
A little "we." Here, let me see it.
Do you hand it to him? Rev, you have it.
Oh, I have it? I absolutely hand it to him.
Yeah. Huh. "We." And I just throw it right off the cart.
Son, that was more than you have.
No, it's not. We've done a couple missions now. Let me
That's
see
fair.
that ring? Hold on. Let me see that
No,
ring.
I don't
That
give
might
him
have
the
a little
ring.
"we"
I'm
in it.
checking the ring to see if it's making noise.
The ring is not making noise. It is a yellow color.
I give the ring back to Bill.
Is he still whistling?
This is such a weird attribute.
Is he still whistling?
Hold on. He just chucked it in the wood.
Just right over.
Wee.
He is still whistling for now. Yes.
Mm,
Guess
You
that
ch-
wasn't it. I do not stop the cart.
Okay, but you did chuck the dagger.
It's behind. Yeah, he can get off and go get it if he wants, but I'm not stopping.
Okay.
Peter, that was awfully wasteful. And if I'm whistling, I'm going to make sure that my bedroll is next to yours.
Not a problem.
You are still whistling.
I
All right. go ahead.
I did not put the ring back on.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
No. Just kind of like with it going like getting passed around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna
But
hold it and put it like in my pocket.
You didn't let me get it though, did you?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna
Alright.
just hand you a thing that you just threw my other thing over.
It's got a little "we" in it, dude.
He's heard that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
All
get
right,
him twice.
So
with
the
the same
dagger's
thing.
gone flying. Bill is still whistling. And go ahead and make another survival check for the last half of this day.
This one's gonna be a bad roll because that's just my luck. I lied. We're making it, baby.
Let's go.
I see. Okay. You are cruising. You guys are dodging every hole in the road, every major rock. You're making wonderful time. Dwight, make a make a insight check. What's your passive insight? See, I don't know if that's the right one.
Passive insight is 13.
Yeah, let me check this one.
Sorry, Mark. Did you see me yawn?
A sympathetic yawn.
Yeah. I had to resist that pretty hard.
Yawn.
Yep.
No.
Okay, yeah, sorry, it's a perception skill. Can you make a wisdom saving throw? That's what we're gonna use here.
Wisdom saving throw. All right.
Correct.
So just like a wisdom roll? Oh, no. Here we go. I found it. Never mind. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Woo. Good rolls at the end of the day.
Okay, cool. As you guys are going down this road, something again is prickling at the back of your neck, and it feels like it feels like you're being watched. And Pete, as you and Rev are kind of leading this wagon, you guys will have noticed that standing about 40 yards in front of you is a singular boar, very large size, standing in the road. And that's, I think, where we're going to stop for right now.
I'm cool with that.
Oh, a cliffhanger. Oh, man.
With the boar.
We'll find out next week on What's the Boar?
What the heck is the
thing
boar?
What's watching Dwight? Will Bill ever stop whistling? Find out next time on House of Dargons.
I'll throw
Why is
everything
Bill
off of
whistling?
I will throw every single thing off of this wagon at people.
Oh, well, that concludes the newest addition to House of Dargons. That was episode 6, baby. We record these episodes live on Tuesdays, starting at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So we will see you again next Tuesday. And check out the YouTube channel for the VODs, well, the chopped down VODs, to keep up on that content. So until then, we will see you again next time on Nerd House. Bye bye.
Adios.
See ya.